And then also I know, my son has a job, or our son, sorry, and pays his own bills and everything else with that.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Carly Krima, am I pronouncing that right, Miss Krima?
Yes, you are.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Mr. Seitzma is next on my screen. Mr. Seitzma, good morning to you.
Good morning.
I've read your motion. Did you get a copy of that, Mr. Seitzma?
I did.
Okay. Ms. Krima, is there anything you'd like to add to it before we hear from Mr. Seitzma?
I do not believe so.
Okay, Mr. Seitzma, I'll give you the floor.
All right. So I do agree with the law that our son, is able to for post majority support. I guess my biggest thing is based on our last support order, we did not check the box for support post majority support order to go on until after 18, which I don't know if that is significant or not. And then also being so, I feel like the other party should have had the responsibility to notify FOC prior to my case ending, to keep the support going. And then what else? And then with that being said, I know our son, sorry, has only 2 trimesters of school left, and I think based on the law, he has to be a full-time student until he graduates, which I don't know if he meets his certain credits, because he ends at his second trimester, which I think would be like January or February, and then he's done with school until graduation. And then also I know, my son has a job, or our son, sorry, and pays his own bills and everything else with that. So I just not really sure on how all that goes about.
Okay. Ms. Krima, anything you want to add?
Yes. That is somewhat true about the only 2 trimesters at school. However, he will be in either a work release program or he will be in a program released from his VOTEC, which is an educational center that he goes to. None of which is finalized until I believe it's October 7th or 8th. I have an IEP meeting with the school, and they will confirm at that time if Logan is completely eligible for the work release program or the VOTEC release program. He will still be enrolled in school. He's not like graduating early. He's not leaving school. And I don't know if he will still be required to have some time in the school building that 3rd trimester, or if he will be kind of on his own. As far as my son paying for his bills, as Nick has stated, my son is a very responsible child, young adult at this point. He does work very hard. He does put a lot of hours in during the summer, ranging to 50 to 60 hours. He does work every day after school. However, the only bill that my son pays is $50 a month for his car insurance, and he is responsible for paying his gas. I cover everything else when it comes to him. His phone, his health bills, dental bills. I clothe the kid, also using money that Nick has gave me for child support. But that's not entirely true when he has stated that he pays for everything. And I do not believe in my heart that a child who worked so hard to make a living for himself, to have a bright future, should have child support taken away his senior year when he's still responsible for being at school.
Well, I think you both somewhat hit on the point here. He's not a child, he's a man. He's an adult, he's 18. Michigan Compiled Law 552.605B as in boy provides that a court may order post-majority child support if the child is residing on a full-time basis with the recipient of child support, that being Ms. Kramer, and I have not heard anything to the effect that he is not, while attending high school. Question is it or is it not on a full-time basis? Well, I rely on the school because in order for them to receive the funding from the state of Michigan, they have to be a full-time student. And if there's any question of that, then the school would write a letter on his behalf and go, yes, he's considered a full-time student for that purpose as well. As far as the last part, reasonable expectation of completing sufficient credits to graduate, yeah, it sounds like he's on his way to do that. I cannot order anything past 19 and a half. That's where it stops. But everything as far as this goes, as far as the box being checked, certainly would have made things easier. I don't know who prepared the uniform child support order that governed everybody, but it certainly would have been easier if that box would have been checked, because it would have also required a date, and then it could have been somewhat seamless. So I'll make very valid points, Mr. Seitzma. What I'm going to do is I am going to grant the motion for post-majority child support. I'd like you, Ms. Kramer, I know you attached something, but all I have is a copy. I'd like you to submit another uniform child support order and send a copy to Mr. Seitzma, providing for what I just ordered at this point. And it should be seamless, meaning when they stop the child support, it should pick it up right from that date. Okay, so if they stopped it 2 months ago, it should go back 2 months because it's supposed to be seamless. Does that make sense to you, Ms. Kramer?
Yes, the seamless part does, but where do I go, or how do I send an informed order of child support? How does that work?
You would have to go to, you live here in town?
I live in Dorr, so I'm technically Allegan County, but yes, I'm easily accessible to the courthouse.
Straight shot down 131.
Yep.
You got to go to the Legal Assistance Center on the 5th floor. And
and that's where I went to start this motion.
Exactly, and they will show you where to finish this motion and what you need to do. I need a uniform child support order reflecting what I ordered today with a copy to Mr. Seitzma, and then I can sign that, and it should be, the commence date should be the date your other one terminated. That way there's no gap in the child support. Okay, so you can get that prepared, and they will show you how to get that to me and get a copy to Mr. Seitzma, and and hopefully he'll have a stress-free senior year, and you're all set with me both. Thank you both very much. Nice to meet you both, and We're adjourned.
Thank you for your time today. Have a blessed day.
Have a good one.
You too. Thank you.
We're going to move to number